So what that means is if you're thinking about starting a business, if you want to grow your business, if you're stuck in some point of it, there's a SCORE volunteer. There's over 10,000 SCORE volunteers, ex-business owners, ex-business leaders that are here and ready and willing and helping you to get your business going and unstuck. Also, at the end of the webinar, we'll also again mention that you have access to SCORE volunteers from throughout the country. They could come in virtually and help wherever you are in your business. It's always confidential. And today, Patty is going to be talking about the future of marketing using the power of AI. We've all heard about AI, but you really don't know what that is until today. So Patty, who's a marketing expert, is also going to be incorporating the how to use AI. And with that, just a few short things. You can leave, you can, of course, leave questions. You could have chat. This is recorded. Everybody will get a recording afterwards. So if you have to step out or anything like that, you'll still get that. If this is a 2-hour webinar, if for any reason, if you have a meeting or something to go to, it will be recorded. You'll be able to watch it at your leisure. And I'd also say share it with another colleague, because what you're going to gain today is very, very informational. So share it with somebody else. So with that, I'd like to introduce once again Patty Ross, and take it away, Patty.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, I should have like an opening like song or something if I'm doing a residency, right? Like in Vegas, laser light show or something. Vegas knows how to put the shows on. I was just there for a residency show last weekend. Let me pull my slides up. Welcome everyone. We'll figure out an opening song for 2024. Let's see. Okay, and let me just pull up the slides. Okay, this class is not very slide heavy because we're going to go live and with the robots. Just a few little slides here. So, thank you, appreciate that. Fill in the love. So, the future of marketing, harnessing the power of AI. So, I know this is a hot topic. I was telling the guys, I just did a live class here in Los Angeles, or a presentation. A couple of us talking about AI in general. So it's always fun to talk about and do. So there we go. A little about me. A lot of you know me, that follow me around. I have some groupies in here, which I appreciate. But for those who might be new to me, I have been in the online space for 20 years, way before the robots came in, and been in the wine industry for 20 years now. And I work with a lot of different clients, B2B and B2C, as you see here, transportation and restaurants, financial, legal, a little bit of everything here. And I do teach all over. I have residencies in a couple of different chapters, as well as SCORE National. So you'll find me somewhere around the country virtually during the week, any given day. So that's me. Let's talk about you. I need a volunteer. So this will be a little interactive fun. So and if you're willing to be a volunteer, you put in the chat, I need a business to use for these examples I'm going to do today. You have to have a fully functioning website, meaning you have plenty of content, meaning words, not just pictures. Preferably, I won't say necessarily if you sell products online, but it's okay if you're service-based, but have plenty of content on the website. And tell me, before you put in there, hold on, stop. I need to know what type of business you are along with your URL, and put your entire URL. It has to be http blah, blah, blah.com. So I need the whole URL in the chat. I'm going to pull it up as I finish the slides. I'm going to go and pick one out. And I'm going to go to the website just to check it out, because it won't really work well if your site is, you don't have a lot of content on it. On there, because ChatGPT can't necessarily read images to figure out who you are and what you do. So that's the criteria. So put in there if you want to, and I'll kind of pick one out and see what we want to do. Okay, and make sure you're in the room, and I'm going to pull your name out if I pull you, and make sure I'll need you to respond in the chat that you're here and awake and paying attention in case I have any questions. So just make sure you can stay engaged as well during this presentation. Okay, so there's that. So you keep on filling in if you want to be the today's crash test dummy. No, there we go. It'll be fun. Be good. And so also share in the chat, what is your experience with ChatGPT or just AI in general? Some of you might use other tools. Just put in the word never, dabbled, or experienced. So, and not that you volunteer, I just want to know kind of who's in the room. You're new to it, use it daily, you're very experienced, but you just want to learn more. Afraid to touch it, scared of the robots, right? So ChatGPT experience. So we got some dabbles, have not. So little mix of everything. So that's good to know. All right. Yes, and we're now on about the 1-ish year anniversary of ChatGPT being released out into the wild. It was, already being tested and worked on in professionals using it, but it came on the market, believe it or not, about November of last year. So, and I learned last night as I taught in the class, I should have pulled that stat. ChatGPT was the fastest growing app tool out there compared to social media. It took, and I hope I got this right, took only 2 months to get 100 million users. And they showed this slide, and I'm going to go pull the slide from this gal, so I have it. In comparison, TikTok, it took like 30 months to get that, or 6 months for Pinterest, or I forgot again, but none of them came in even close to the number of buy into it in 2 months, getting to 100 million users. So you can imagine, like, even Twitter only has 400 million users now after, almost, getting close to 20 years. So definitely not in a, but with that, only about 15 to 20% of Americans are even touching AI in any way, or ChatGPT, or like we are. Everybody's, you might be using some type of AI tool in their life. They don't realize it's an AI tool, but in general, it's still, overall, most Americans aren't playing with it, right? But, right here, this is our kind of introduction in a way to AI, right? If you're old enough and remember 2001 Space Odyssey, remember HAL 9000, right? And Dave, and it's like the computer's taken over and has their own thoughts and mind. War games, that was in my generation, where the computers are taken over and have to starting a war and the kids have to stop it. iRobot, Terminator, right? Remember war games. There were other newer iRobot. I think a new movie came out this year. It kind of came and went. I think it was called something like Artificial Intelligence. It was kind of scary, the scary stuff like Terminator. Robots are going to be taking over the world. But we are already using AI, right? If you do the Hey Siri, I shouldn't do that because now all my Siri is going to be activated, or Alexa, then you're already using AI, right? And the only thing that scares me is, like, if I say Hey Siri and ask her questions, but when I hear Hey Patty, what are you doing over there? I'd be a little worried. She starts talking to me first, right? So hopefully not. Who knows? Who knows? One day. So just a few little tidbits about AI, as I already mentioned one. So artificial intelligence is just a computer system's capability to perform tasks that would be required by human intelligence, right? Maybe it's going to be smarter than us, because sometimes we can be really dumb as humans. By 2025, AI in marketing is expected to be a $40 billion industry. Last night I saw a stat, I think by 2027, her stat was going to be like a, $3 trillion industry overall. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of money in this space. When I was in a conference last month, they had a panel on AI, and one of the panelists said, we sneeze and 100 new AI programs are born, which is true. So there's a lot of them out there, and I think I say in one of the slides, don't freak out if you don't know all the programs. There's a lot of them that are repetitive. Everybody's jumping into the space with tools. Obviously, ChatGPT. I was using Jasper AI earlier last year, so I was already on it before ChatGPT came on the market. So a lot of things are already out there. So start with the basics. Pick one you like. Pick a pre-canned program like ChatGPT. Try a couple others out that help you see if you can get that same information that you're trying to get. Maybe get some help with your AI, because in addition to marketing, there's a lot of other uses for it, right? But I'm just going to cover marketing on it. Helping you be more efficient in your business, right? Increase productivity for us, which we're so overwhelmed as human beings as it is getting tasks done. Can it help us with that? And we have the robots help us be more efficient humans, So on the marketing side of things, there are a lot of things you can use it for. Building marketing strategy, you're building buyer personas, industry insights, So building social media content, email marketing content, blogs, press releases, customer service chatbots, creating your ad copy. Oops, hold on 1 second. Trying to move my Zoom bar out of the way. There we go. Building website content, or maybe refreshing your content for you. Create slide presentations, create graphics. So there's a ton of things you can do on the marketing side. Still don't think they'll replace the need for a marketing person in your life, because I can help. I'm going to show you how to create a lot of these different things on your own. You still have to understand how to use them, and have those additional insights that maybe the ChatGPTs and all the other programs that you use kind of give you those more canned responses, right? How to really know about your competitors in your space and you. So, don't solely rely on AI for your marketing help, right? Get some at least strategy under your belt as well. So from a human marketing robot, right? Oops, I didn't know you can expand your webinar chat to be almost full screen. Okay, there we go. Get it out of the way. And I'm just going to keep putting in there in chat if you do want to be, the guinea pig for today. And yes, Anthropic, Claude AI. There's a couple other tools too. I'll show you. Open house. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to pull one in a little bit. So just to explain a little bit about the difference between, because we'll talk about ChatGPT. Yes, there's other tools out there, but I'm going to focus on that to keep it simple. So there's the free and the paid version of ChatGPT. I'll show you both. I'd recommend using the paid because you get access to GPT-4. 3.5, it definitely will give you the basics. It will definitely help engage in conversations. It does have a wide range of topics, always learning as people are using it, adding to the whole collective of information out there. So it's text-to-text model, where GPT-4 is more data to text. GPT-4, it can accept images as part of a prompt now. So there's definitely more advanced stuff that it can do in comparison to the 4 model. So 4 can understand dialects, respond to emotions expressed in the text, multilingual capabilities, 25 languages. It can process both text and image data. Definitely both of them still, without the use of web, which now 4 has, is still only September 21 or back. So if you're using 3.5, you won't get any newer information. You can't browse the web, can't use plugins or anything with it. So I'll kind of show you the difference and what that looks like for those that have not touched it yet. Right. And how do you use it, right? And as far as always in the way. So you want to be as specific as possible, clear, right? You could say, how do I run a business? Versus what are key factors to consider when running an e-commerce business. So the better the prompts that you do, the better the responses. And you'll see, I'll do some basic ones to start. You can start off basic, but you're going to get basic answers, right? So then you can refine, right? You can always go back and say, I didn't like that response, or I'm really looking for this information. So you can do that, but the more you feed it in that prompt, the better answers you're going to get, right? But again, don't hesitate to experiment with different type of prompts. There's not one prompt that rules the world for everything out there. I know when ChatGPT first came out, I was seeing in my feed on Facebook all these people buy 1,000 prompts for $20, and it's like, okay, cool, but things change over time, and that prompt might work, but you might still need to reprompt as well. So, don't necessarily fall for the, I have the whole bucket of prompts. I'll give you the ones I'm using today. I'll file on them, and you're going to get the recording the slides. I'm also going to send you the ChatGPT files. So when the output comes out, I can send those files to everybody. They'll be on the assets page. So you can, if you want to copy paste anything from the outputs that we get, but you'll get those, but you can always tweak them. Even the ones that I'm giving you and it's going to be typing in live, you'll be able to change them up. Oops, let me go back. So again, set a context. If you're on a longer session or want to guide the model's responses, set up a context at the beginning, feed it information, more information, or ask it to ask you questions. and I'll show you how that works. Be careful about putting in, or not putting in, but relying on that critical sensitive advice, legal, medical, financial matters. Don't have it, spit out, what do you think I should do in the stock market, or any legal advice. If you're not familiar with the legal advice, it could give you wrong information. On the marketing side of things, if it spits out a weird social media post and you put it out, but it's just nothing sensitive, it's not going to hurt anything. Financial advice or medical advice or even legal could hurt you in some way. So be careful about that. And the other one, understand its limitations. It doesn't know specifics about your personal data unless you provide it. Be careful about private information. There are instances when I remember when ChatGPT came up, I think it's Samsung company immediately had their employees refrain from using it because a lot of them were typing in proprietary information to get answers back, help them build their information for their products or services or whatever. So there has been some backlash with it of sharing it. So you do want to be careful about what you share that might be proprietary or not out on the market. Obviously, if your websites are out there on market, your social media, so anything you're pulling from that, it's already public information, right? Part of the collective already and information you put out there. And report any issues. There is a feedback on there. If there's anything weird that comes up, definitely report it because that's going to help them, help retrain the robots. So definitely important. So I usually have this slide at the end, but since I'm going live in a second, you're all welcome to schedule a strategy call if you want to talk about AI for your business or anything, any help you need with your marketing. Schedule that call. Just quickly scan that QR code or go to callwithpatty.com and schedule your time with me. So I'll give it like 10 more seconds and you'll get this as well in the assets page. You'll get that information. If you don't catch it now. Yes, it is going to be recording. Oh, is there a wait list again to upgrade at the moment? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm surprised to hear that. So must be a lot of people who are jumping on. So get on the wait list. If there is a current wait list, make sure you get on it. I didn't realize with that many users, I don't know what the current number is. That could be the case as well. So let me see. Okay, so I'm going to do here. We're going to go talk to the robots. So I am going to stop sharing for a second and I'm going to reshare when I get to my browser. Hold on one quick second. And there we go. Okay. Make sure I pull up everything I want to pull up. There we go. Okay. Oops, that's what I wanted to do. So I'm doing that wrong. Hold on one second. Take a sip of coffee for a second. There we go. Okay. I just want to make sure I just have the tabs I need up. There we go. And thought I had this up already. Okay. I think that's what I wanted. All right. Okay. So let's pull it up. And let me actually need to pick our test model for today. So let me just scroll back. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to look up the site and make sure it works for me. So what do we have? Open house journals and e-magazine. Let me look. Oops. Okay, there we go. I think I found one. Hold on one sec. All right. All right. Okay, I think I found one right at the top. Okay, so I'm using, who's the lucky winner? Is it Nana? And it's Marjani, I think, Naturals. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Marjani Naturals. Are you here? Say yes in the chat. Make sure you're alive and kicking still here in the room. So Nana from Marjani Naturals. Yes, she's here. All right. So we're going to use you. So I have your website pulled up. You do have some information there. So we'll see. In some cases, there might be some room for improvement as well. So we'll see what happens. So let me reshare. This won't be as fun if you can't see the screen. Okay, so just to show you, this is Marjani. I think I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Marjani, is that right? Or Marani. I don't know if the J is silent or not, but let me know if you how to pronounce that. So we have, you know, some information. There's some products. Right now, no. If we'll see how it goes if we want her to talk, but I just want to just make sure you're, you know, pay attention. If I have a question, you can type it out in chat. So this is what we're going to use. Okay, here we have just some products here. And can you just tell me real quick, Nana, how long have you been in business? Not that it matters for the AI, but I'm just curious how long you've been in business. And I think I pulled up your social media as well. Right, already doing some holiday. All right, doing a good mix of social media. So she already has the game going, but you know, we'll do some marketing around it. A year, okay, so new, perfect. So let's start with ChatGPT. So I'm going to show you this. So on the I have the paid version, of course. So on the free version, right, you have 3.5, right? And there's no internet access to it to browse the web with it. Again, it's very September 21 and back. So much more basic, does work a little bit faster. Sometimes it's a little slower in the I think midday afternoons, a lot of people using it. So you could have a lag. When I was just using 3.5 before we had the option of 4, I had a lot of times where it would glitch out. But again, yeah, I'm surprised that it's back on a wait list. So definitely get on the wait list. So what's the difference? And this just changed out. Oh, this is interesting. This just literally popped up overnight. ChatGPT Classic. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Custom versions of ChatGPT that combine instructions, action. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. The latest version of GPT-4 with no additional capabilities. That's kind of interesting. We have an upgrade, but it's not really an upgrade. So I was using this last night. That was not there. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. So, I see what they did. Okay, I think. Let me see this real quick. So, okay, so GPT, and you click on that, it defaults to, and then with GPT Classic. Oh, interesting. Okay. So now, okay, so this is, I have to just have to figure out. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I'm not sure what the Classic is because it doesn't give me access to the other tools that I want. So when I'm clicking on it, so I'm not, so yeah, we'll leave that alone until I figure out what that is. But this is what usually is here. So you can switch between 3.5. Now this is new as of, I think, last week. You used to have to, when you start a chat, you had to pull down GPT-4 and then choose browse with Bing or use a plugin or go to Dolly, or there's the developer one. And you can only use that one in the chat. And if you wanted to say, if you're saying browse with Bing and you wanted to then switch to a plugin in the same chat, you couldn't. You'd have to start a new chat. Okay. And for the newbies here, so a chat basically is you're starting a session, I guess you could say, with GPT, typing in your prompts. So that's what I mean by it. Any prompt or chats or sessions that you create are auto saved, and they're saved in the list until you delete them. You know, but I would highly recommend, in case anything happens with ChatGPT, if it's outputs that you want, you can save them. I would save them to your computer. Because I had a whole bunch of them. They disappeared. They brought them back, but this was early on in ChatGPT last year, earlier this year, and I did get them back. But if there's something that you're concerned, if you are in the middle of a chat session and you want to go back and continue it, you can. I've had some from months later, weeks later, that I can go back and okay, let's continue on and keep talking. So they still, you want to keep those and go back to that if you want to continue the conversation you had, because it already learned about you and what information you're wanting. So those are just some basics. So in the 3.5, again, you don't have that access to the web. So now it's combined into one, browse with Bing. So it does have that option. And then just going to GPT-4 and Dolly, which is DALLE, you see here, it was their separate and it still is, their separate visual creation tool, but they've now integrated it. But it only gives you a couple of pictures, where if you go directly to Dolly, and I can show you that as well. Let me actually just pull that up so we have it. And I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to do a little Canva stuff too that's AI. Since this is a marketing with AI class, I'll show you some things there as well. There it is there. Which is openai.com is the company behind ChatGPT and Dolly. So I'm just going to open that up. So I just want to talk about the web access. So late summer, OpenAI introduced, they launched the beta of browsing with Bing and all the plugins. And I'll kind of show you that in a minute. Yes. Oh, Dolly. Okay. Oh, really? They call it Dolly 4. Interesting. So, and then shortly, about 2 weeks later after that, they removed the Bing, browsing with Bing, because they were finding it was infringing on copyrights. They just brought it back last month. I think it's been, some of the years condensed, goes fast. I have noticed in the interim, before it came back, I was using a plugin called Web Pilot. I found, I'm like, well, how do I browse the web? Somebody mentioned Web Pilot, so I installed it. So I was able to still browse the web during that time. So you still have both options. So what I'm finding now is the Bing is definitely more tightened down than it was before. There, I might say, go to this website and do blah, blah, blah. And I'll say, sorry, I can't do that. I can't browse the web. So I'll switch over to Web Pilot. So if you're on the paid version, and you're trying just the browse with Bing, which automatically defaults on the GPT-4, and it's not giving you the output you want, saying I can't go to that website, I can't do it. Go to a new chat, go to the plugins and choose Web Pilot. So just to show you real quick on the plugins, for those of you who are new to the plugins. So what you want to do, there's a whole bunch. I'm going to go down to the plugin store. And there's 100 plus of these plugins that do different things. I would look through them and see if it's anything that would be interesting for you to use. There's coding things in there. I have an Expedia plugin where I can quickly go, which I think you can kind of do with Bard, Google Bard AI. Like, I need a flight from LAX to Austin in the month of January, and find me the cheapest flight. So, and it will give me, find the cheapest flight, show it, and link to it, as opposed to like going in Google. I'm like, flight LAX to Austin, and it will give me all of these Google search options. Right, I have to go to Expedia and Booking.com and the airlines, and go and do some extra research. Or that one, I still might say, well, is it really okay? They gave me Spirit Airlines. I'm like, I'm not going to fly Spirit. Let's try some. Or you can say eliminate certain airlines. So there are some interesting things that you can do with the different plugins, but have it scan PDF files. So there's quite a few of them in here to help you build a resume. So they're just basically you enable the chat, install it, and then you enable it when you want to use it as for a chat session. So ton of them in here to look at. Here's a gift finder, build diagrams, AI agents for productivity. So I'm still going through these to see how useful they are for my business. So, but the Web Pilot one, definitely a very useful one. Especially since Bing has been a little bit more, tight-lipped a robot lately. So let's play with this. Okay, so we have, I think it's Marjani. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. So we're just going to go through some marketing prompts to start. So if you're building, we're just say Marjani is pretty new and she doesn't have a marketing plan yet. I don't know if you do or not. Built a plan, so we're just going to pretend the first thing that we're going to do. So there's two ways to go about it. I'm going to go to GPT-4 and we're going to say, I need a marketing plan for my business. Say, please visit, I'm always nice to it. Please visit my website and give me some ideas on what I should cover in a marketing plan. And then I'm going to put, you need to put the entire URL. This Zoom bar needs to go. It's driving me crazy. There we go. So let's go to her website. I'm going to just copy paste her URL. You need the entire URL, like I asked you for, HTTP, etc. Okay, so I just gave it a basic. I just need a marketing plan. I'm not giving any more specific about the business, but you could. And let's see, cover, there we go. Get rid of that. I have Grammarly installed, so that's not a ChatGPT feature, by the way. So it's gonna go out, it's gonna browse her website, and hopefully it works, right? Yeah, somebody said our plugins available 3.5. No, it's only a paid version on 4. Would it be okay? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna talk about 4. Stephen, I was asking, can I just talk about 3.5? I want to show it because I expect that you guys will be able to get on it if you're not on 4. So I want you to see what the capabilities are. I'll show an alternative as well to this, what I'm doing here. I can only do one prompt at a time. I can't switch out of it or I'll stop it. So here it's giving, let's see, based on the information on the website. So this is just giving, here, emphasize the simplicity and effectiveness of the 3-step regimen. So, so if it's, hopefully it's reading the information correctly. You did not type in, did I not? Oh, I need a marketing plan. There we go. That's a good one. Well, it is giving me a marketing plan. So, let's see. So it's build marketing ideas, promote the visibility, target diverse demographics. So this is kind of, even without the marketing plan in there, it's giving me basically a marketing plan. So you could say, what basic, do you have any other, so I'll do this. Do you have any other suggestions for my marketing plan? We'll just let it finish. So yeah, so it's giving me information. Now, I don't know, Nana, if you have, did you build a marketing plan for your business or business plan? Just say yes in chat if you can. There we go. Collaborations and partnerships. So it's giving some basic, you know, probably, except for her 3-step system, it could probably be for any, maybe skincare brand. So let's just, I'm going to do that one. There we go. Certainly. I love when it does that. So there's a few more tips: content marketing with a focus on education, etc. Email marketing campaigns. There we go. Well, this will help you finalize one. Well, hopefully. Let me just see if there's any questions. Yeah, I just mentioned that, Stephen, about a database of prompts. There's a ton of people who are selling prompts out there. So I would say Google, you know, prompts, and, you know, say market prompts for marketing or prompts for real estate. You know, depends. There's some that are good for different types of industries as well. So there's not one database. And I would say, you know, I mean, don't pay for any unless you find, you know, say 1,000 prompts for your real estate business or whatever it is. I would say start just asking it questions. You can do this. I'm going to go, we'll switch back. I'm going to go back to GPT Classic, right? No, sorry, it's ChatGPT 3.5. I have to switch back. There we go. That's going to be confusing with this Classic thing. So say we're on the free version and we don't have access to the web, obviously. So I need just a couple ways you can do this. I need a marketing plan for my skincare products business. I think you sell online only, right? Please ask me questions to learn more about me and my business. Okay, so I'm going to have it ask me questions. What does it need to know? So you're teaching the robot about your business and who you are. So you have to know this, and you would go in and type in the answers, you know, name of my business, Marjani Naturals, what type of products do you offer? I have cleansers, moisturizers, serums, whatever it is. Do you have a target audience in mind, etc.? Or you can do, you know, I need a marketing plan for my business. I have skincare. I've been in business for a year. I sell X, Y, and Z. Then you have to feed it, right? Because it can't go to your website and find that for you. You know, and it's a good exercise to, I'm not going to answer all these questions for now, but it's a good exercise to try for your website if you have the paid version. Because sometimes it will go to the site if you don't have enough information on there, you know, to say like it could find and build you a plan, or I've seen this where it's gone to the website. I mean, go to this website and based on what you find, who is my ideal client? Now, I did this exercise and I was actually went to a private speaking engagement for an appraisers association, and one of the gals in there is a jewelry appraiser. So went to the website, and she's been in business here in Los Angeles for many years. Site had plenty of content all about jewelry appraising, nothing else. And we did this exercise and it pulled up that she was a website developer and did SEO and was all about internet, online, all that. Now we checked it again, same thing. So it was like, was it a GPT glitch, or is there something in her site that's reading? You know, so I haven't heard back to see if she's talked to her web developer, maybe the way it was, maybe it was being hosted on a site that was kind of reading that information. So it's a good idea to try this and see, is it reading, you know, your site? If I have ChatGPT go to my website, it will say there's marketing, they do social media and email and marketing strategy and marketing coaching. It's reading everything about marketing. Nothing, you know, it can tell me who my ideal clients are and give me buyer personas on that. So good exercise to see. Is it, if it's not, you might need to improve your website and look at that. Let's see. So somebody, I'm just looking through the Q&A for a quick second. Can you recommend a survey tool that prevents hacking or one person responding? If, oh, you know, I don't know. That's not my wheelhouse on that. So sorry, I can't answer that. Let's see, review of it. Let's see, we can look at that later. Generating content versus marketing research. Have you seen certain plugins or techniques that favor research, competitors and potential customer products? Generally, not necessarily plugins that I've used. There might be out there, but it's really just kind of in the prompts, you know, so you could have it go out there and say, you know, look at the competitors. Do you have any recommendation based on, I had this really long prompt. I couldn't find it. I got it from somebody in marketing, and it was cool because it was based on customer feeling about your business, you know, good, negative and positive. I don't even remember to find that long prompt. And so it would give you like the sentiment. It was based on sentiments on your industry. What do people say in general about nutrition coaches, for example? And you could say they feel positively in this way and then negatively in that way. And then, you know, you can kind of base your marketing on that. So it's kind of, I have to find that. I wish I could remember it, but it's like a paragraph and a half long of a prompt. So yeah, there is some questions you can ask it to give you some market. Say, I need to do some market research on X, Y, and Z. You know, I'd like to look at, you know, what are the sentiments out there around this industry. So I would say keep prompting, you know, and the more that you ask and it gives you information, then you can kind of go back and ask again, right? So that's, you know, unless there are some specific plugins, but right now I just kind of use the prompts. Okay. So, so right now we have the basics of a marketing plan. Let me go back to this here. So this is I'll stay in this prompt because it already knows it's gone to her website, and it's giving me some basics for a marketing plan. You know, it's a good start. Again, I would definitely work with a professional that can help build out a marketing plan as well with this information. That's a good start. So we can also say now, based on my website and the information you find, please give me 5 buyer personas for my business. Okay. So it did find information about her site. So here we go. We have, and this will be something, check and make sure, is it really giving you buyer personas that make sense? So eco-conscious minimalist, it's Alex, 28, environmental consultant, into sustainability, minimalism, eco-friendly products. So if her products are eco-friendly and she's touting that, I didn't go deep into her website to see. Here's a corporate lawyer, time efficient. She likes luxury products, seeking high-end luxurious products. So if that fits Nana's model, that would make sense. She often shops online, follows professional and beauty influencers. So that might be something for Nana to consider if she hasn't. There might be some influencers to reach out to in the skincare space, right? Here, mostly it's skewing, you see some younger college student. Now, here we have luxury versus college. As a college student, not all college students can buy luxury skincare products. So are they targeting, are the products targeting different audiences with different pricing? So here we have the family caregiver. She needs reliable skincare products, her entire family. So some of it's kind of broad, right? How you're going to market to it, maybe. So this will be something I'd have if I have a client that does skincare. I have one of my coaching clients, and we're working with her for about a year. And, we talk about this all the time. She more luxury, more aromatherapy, essential oil kind of products, serums and lotions, on the higher end price, right? So we have hydrate, let me just see, I don't know. So not, depends on your budget. What if is $30 a good for conditioning serum, and you can use it for body, hair, and nails, versus say a $90 product. Might be a totally different audience. Some of these buyer personas might be, I buy all my products at the drugstore versus the department store, or I buy them on I forgot them, just blanked out on the name. Sephora. There we go. I wanted to say Sophie. So we all buy our products, are very loyal to our products, but we might try other products as well. So going back to the buyer personas, these are targeting very different audiences. Your luxury skincare gal is going to look different than maybe your budgeting college student, or even the family caregiver might be more on a budget. So really really truly figuring out who is that target. With my skincare client, we decided trying to target young and old, and it was really about aging skin, anti-aging, all that. We determined that she really should be focusing more on the 45 plus market for women, because generally when we're younger, we maybe do some preventative work, but generally we kind of wait till things are falling apart, fine lines and wrinkles are happening. Then it's you want those anti-aging products. So in this case, I as a marketing professional, I would say we probably need to narrow this down. So again, could give her an overall sense of feel for her target audience, and saying, well, everybody can use it, right? I can help everybody with my products or services. But when you try to target everybody, you might be targeting nobody, or you're working really hard to do a lot of different marketing, angles with it. And yes, you will get the slide deck as well, and recording. Okay, so let's just move on. We'll say, okay, these are good. We like these. And you can even do, I need some competitor analysis. Let's see. Type the word. It will fix it. Competitor analysis. Can you find some similar product websites? Now, there's probably so many of them. Similar product websites, and give me feedback on how I compete against them and can improve, kind of just making this up on the fly, and improve my own website to better appeal to my ideal clients. Right. So there might be, and what you could do is, obviously it can read the site, right? It can go on, if you're on the free version, copy, say, here's my about page. Do you, and based on, as you're building your buyer personas, after you've fed it all that information. So if you're starting from 3.5 and you answered the questions, or you told them all about you, say, okay, so based on that, here's my about page. Do you find I should change anything to better appeal to my ideal clients that you already recommended? So you can do, try that as well. So let's see. So it's, again, this might be a little broad of an answer because there's so many. So I would say to Nana, based on I don't know who the good trade. So it's busy looking for some competitors. We'll see what it spits out. But I'd go to those websites and see, I'll say it's natural skincare brands similar to Marjani Naturals. So it might take a minute. So I'm gonna start typing in the next one as well. So we want to start creating content, right? She's already pretty good at creating her Instagram. I'm gonna kind of go back while that's thinking and searching. Beautiful shots. right here, men and women, right? So beard care, right? We have different ethnicities here. So across the board, men and women, men using the soap. So, you know, it's a little, men and women are different on how they use products as well. And what, you know, guys probably are a little bit more basic than women. You know, so how you target to them. So great. A lot of chats, doing some good social media here. There we go. Some good captions. So it's pretty good. So let's go back here. Still thinking on here. So I'm just going to type in as it's going. I don't know how long this is going to take. Let's start creating some content pillars for her business, right? So based on this information. So if you're not familiar with content pillars, and if anybody here use content pillars for their business, have built them for their business. So if not, raise your hand or say yes in chat if you have. No, okay. So content pillars. So basically when you're building out content, you should have 4 buckets of content. So educational bucket. So anything educational about your product. Inspirational, that could be inspirational quotes, that can be testimonials, you know, wins and success stories, be inspirational. Promotional, we're probably all good at that bucket. Yeah, here's my product, here's my service, here's my product, here's my service, right? And then engaging, right? So it could be contests or promotions, Q&As, things like that. So those are kind of 4 buckets of content. So you want to be consistent with your social media, your blogging, your email marketing. And within those kind of 4 buckets, you can build what are called content pillars. So these, think of the pillars, I always think of like the Parthenon in Greece, right? You have the marble columns, right? Steady, they're gonna be there forever. So you think of having like a handful of content pillars oops, it aired out. I'll look at that in a second. Let me see. I don't want it to necessarily regenerate. Actually, I'm gonna have to have it regenerate to get out of that. Okay. So I'm gonna have it stop for now. So we'll look at that. So the content pillars are, again, steadfast content that you can create on a regular basis within those 4 content boxes, right? So, and I'll show you, we're going to create the content pillars for her, just so it makes it easy for you to plug in. What am I going to do on social media? What do I post today? Okay, I just did one on my liquid soap or my serum, and okay, now what? Right? We don't want to have a social media page full of like, here's my product, right? Here's my service, the promotional side. So you want to do some educational as well as inspirational, a little bit of the engaging, right? Because social media is about building relationships and getting to know you. It's not just sell, okay? Building that brand awareness. So let's just move on. Let's go look back and see. So what did it do? Oops. Went down. Oh, okay. So actually I thought, oh, that's right. It does this little 2 of 2 thing. There we go. Okay. So it did pull up some competitor analysis here. Activist skincare. Also, I'm familiar with OC because I talked about that one with the other brand. This is my coaching client. She considers OC one of her competitors as well. So it didn't finish the conversation about how to compete against them, but I'm going to leave that one because it could be, oops, I think it's still trying to do it. Hold on. I'm going to have it stop. Okay, so let's move on. Now I would like to create content pillars for my business to use for social media, blogs maybe, and emails. Okay, so let's hopefully it moves on. There we go. So it's basically, it says a great way to organize and focus your content marketing efforts. Okay, so let it spit out its answers here. And if you want to do this on the free version, you could just say, I need content pillars for my business. I have a business that, right, has skincare line, and this is what I sell, and this is who I help. And again, you're going to have to feed it. If you're doing that chat where I'm saying, ask me all the questions, and then you're giving it the answers, and then it's learning about you, then you can just say, okay, now let's do some content pillars based on that information. So whether you're doing it with the website or that free, here, let me tell you all about me, and you ask me questions to learn, then you can just continue on in that same chat. If you start a new chat, it's not going to remember you from the other chat. You have to start over. So stay in that chat session. Okay. Okay. So here we have some pillars. Let's go back. So natural beauty and wellness, right? So focus on benefits of natural ingredients, skincare, sustainability and eco-friendliness. So maybe each week she does a post about, focusing on the natural ingredients, highlighting maybe the science behind the beauty. The pillar could also cover broader lifestyle content to wellness and natural living in general about, eating healthy, because, right, your skin, what you are, what you eat, right? So what you eat, what's going to happen in summer and winter and fall with your skin. What are the different things you have to consider? Drier climates versus humid climates, out there. So beyond just like, again, here's my product, and this is what it does, because again, your product, whatever skincare products you're using, can do really good stuff. But, if they're not eating right, not drinking, not hydrating, so go beyond just the basic education about the products. What can you do beyond that to educate your clients? So every week, maybe you have a Wellness Wednesday post and a tips on, how to, help your skin. It's winter, and we were talking about that earlier. I'm in California, in Los Angeles. My skincare routine might be different than somebody in Monmouth, New Jersey, when you have snow in winter, and that affects your skin different, right? Then somebody's out. I'm going to be putting suntan lotion on in the winter. You guys might not in New Jersey. So again, being educational and beyond just the skincare as well. So sustainability, if you have a pillar that you want to do every week on eco-friendly practices, commitment to sustainability, so it might be in packaging. I have a client that has a refillery, so bulk and zero waste products in store up in the northern part of California. So you could talk about zero waste products and skincare using bamboo, skin brushes and hair, and bamboo toothbrushes, and more natural soaps and bulk products, things like that can be beyond just the skincare. Educate people beyond that. So again, you can pick, say, four good content pillars that you're going to use on a regular basis. Obviously, one of the pillars will be the promotional product highlights and promotions, the engagement, right? Q&As, polls, again, going to the engagement box. Behind the brand, who is it that's selling this? Who is Nana? Why is she selling these products? Why did she come up with these products? What's her story, right? People want to know other people when we're small brands. We buy from people, right? Diversity in skincare. What are their differences with that? Different ages as well, men versus women. Men look at things a little bit differently. So there are some different pillars. So hopefully that makes sense, Nana, for you. As far as the content, I don't know if you're already following content pillars, but these would be solid, content that you can create on a regular basis beyond like just here's the product, this is how you use it. Maybe video content on how to use it, how to put it on the skin, what are the best practices with the products, anything special that they should know. So very helpful. Glad it's helpful. Okay, so let's create some content. So I know you're good at creating content, but I'm going to do a couple of different things. So one of them, like, okay, now I need social media posts. Okay. Please go to my website and create 10 general social media posts based on the content. Include emojis and hashtags. Also include an image suggestion. Now it's not going to create the image. It's just going to say, well, what are you thinking as far as what this should look like? Okay. I'm not having to go to the products. I'm going to show that next. So just say just general based on what you're finding. Hopefully we'll find, maybe some based on the content pillars. This kind of interesting way to do it. The next one, I'll just start typing the prompt. Now I need, actually, let me go here. I'm going to do this. Where's your site? I think everything's on your shop page. Okay, I'm going to grab that URL And you have a few products, so it won't be too difficult for them to do, hopefully. Now I need social media post. Oh, it actually is giving me, and that's new. Kind of, yeah, kind of a fake, obviously AI picture. Let's see. Yeah, so a person here, it just gave kind of a general picture here, but you know, here, embrace the power of simplicity with our 3-step beauty regimen. And then it says an image suggestion, a person applying one of the Marjani Naturals products with a minimalist background, you know, discover the versatility of a conditioning serum. So it's kind of giving, because your products, you have 4 products. But I just said, just give me a general post, you know, so a diverse group of people using your products, you know, so it kind of gives you that. Then you have to come up with the images, obviously, but it kind of is guiding you for that. So let's say now I need social media posts for each of my products on this page. Again, include, if you want to include emojis and hashtags, you don't have to. Just kind of giving you that option. You obviously don't need image suggestions, because then you can just pull the pictures of the products, right? So I think it finished. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to have it specifically. So if you have an e-commerce site with products, sometimes you can have it just say, okay, go to my product page. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it just, I can't do that. So then I'll go to it, the direct shop page. I have a client that e-commerce, and they sell diverse products, men's clothing, women's clothing, home decor, dog, a little bit of everything. And I had it have to go to each individual category in order for it to pull in all the products. So I'm not sure why it's creating these images, which is definitely not your product, but because Dolly is integrated in this now. Let's see. Okay, stop that. We don't want the images. It's sometimes ChatGPT can get a little bit sassy, pulling up info. You know, I had it, I forgot, I'm trying to think now what it was, but I had it create, I don't know if it was quotes or something, or and I said, is this real information? And just, no, I pulled this together myself, you know, based on information in my database. And I'm like, no, I need real, you know, I need real statistics, or forgot what it was, but I'm like, you really have to double check everything. Okay, so it's pulling in an image suggest. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. So that's just a bunch of gibberish. So here, just the Naturals the conditioning serum, transform your hair and skin, you know, and of course you can elaborate on that. It's given pretty basic post. You could probably even go back, and it's really just based on the information on the site, right? So let's see it go to the serum. Was that the serum? Yeah. And, you know, there's some good information on here. So it pulled some basics. So if you want to pull more information, you can. Okay. And I don't know why it's pulling all of that. That's not good. I'm going to have it stop. I'm going to say, please redo, but do not include an image suggestion. Okay. So it should give me the bit more basic. There we go. Just getting a little too extra. The robot's getting fancy. Let me just show you everything. Let's add in the US Constitution here while we're at it. There we go. Okay, so a little bit more basic on there. So we have, and then also, let me just continue else. Okay, is that it? Oh, still doing it. Okay. And occasionally, sometimes you'll find it's in mid-prompt, it just stops, right? It's like, it's mid-sentence, and what happened? So all you have to do is just type continue and hit prompt. And once it's finished and it's been sitting there, give it a 30 seconds. Sometimes it's thinking, but sometimes it just stops, you know, or it will give you some of the products and go, do you need anything else? Like, yes, continue. Okay. But it did it. It gave it the products. We only have a few products to do, so it's not that difficult. So let's say hashtag suggestions. Right? Maybe I don't know what hashtags you use, and maybe you have a list of hashtags, but let's say I need hashtag suggestions for my brand based on my website. Please give me a list of hashtags to use. Okay. And then we can have it give you hashtag suggestions for your business. You can also Google it. I would go to Instagram, for example, and type in kind of keywords around it. So here it gave a couple in the when I asked for hashtags and emojis, it gave you a couple to use. Hopefully you use Marjani Naturals as use your brand, your first one that you should always have in all of your posts. So here, some of these you might use. You can put these in Instagram and see, are these existing hashtags? You don't want to use all new ones. You want to use some of the popular ones. There's a ton of them out there around skincare. So this will just kind of give you a starter list if you don't have any. Yeah, so if you're using, Jessica said, hi, Jessica, I saw you yesterday too. If you're using the free version, you can copy paste the product descriptions and have it do the same thing. Exactly, yes. So just like taking copy from your website and posting it and saying, hey, can you rewrite this? Does it appeal? That might be a good exercise to do. So let me go to the about. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it that way. So I'll do it on the four version just to stay in the same chat. But let's see. So let's do that. Okay, so it's going to spit out some hashtag suggestions. And I'm going to do based, I want to make sure my about page speaks to my ideal clients. Can you review this content and give me suggestions to rewrite to appeal to my ideal clients? Okay, might be a little wordy, but, and then here it is. I'm going to paste it in there. And I'll just fix those. Okay. Okay, so finish the hashtags, gave her some suggestions. And I'm going to do that one, just I prompted it already. I could have said, just go to my about page, but kind of the free version. There we go. Thank you for that. Somebody put in the buckets, content buckets there. Okay. It says the current page effectively communicates the brand's commitment to simplicity, inclusivity, and natural beauty. To further appeal to your ideal clients, the content could be enhanced to resonate more deeply with their values and aspirations. So here's a suggested rewrite. So it gave you, it's still writing. So you can read it, Nana, and say, okay, yeah, this looks good, and I'll add it and maybe just paste it in there if you like it better than what you have, or tweak it and play with it. But it might, again, because it gave you, I don't know if those are your targets when we did the buyer personas. It was kind of diverse in types of people and, luxury and college students, et cetera. So based on that, you can kind of play with the content, or this could fit overall. What is your brand about? What do you stand for? What's your values, right? That's what you want to convey. And who does that appeal to, right? And what problems are you solving for them, right? So when we're talking about my other client with the skincare brand, excuse me, when we're focusing on the aging process, are you seeing fine lines and wrinkles? You're finding your skin is not as hydrated as it used to be? Try my product. Why not that basic? But as opposed to somebody who's younger, you're not experiencing fine lines and wrinkles. You're not experiencing, so that wouldn't resonate with them. So if you're trying to appeal to a 25-year-old about fine lines and wrinkles and dehydrated skin as your age and wrinkles and all that going on, it's not going to resonate with them. I'm not saying they didn't buy it. So how do you focus on that one market? Or if you're trying to appeal to everybody with the products, it's going to, we all use products based on, especially skincare. Usually it comes down to, do I have oily skin, balanced skin, combo, dry, right? Maybe then we start, as we age and start having those problems, we start seeing, those issues that you want to, aging spots and fine lines and black under eye things going on and all the crazy things happening. And different ethnic types have different skincare issues as well, right? So anyway, so just kind of going off on that. So we have did a little rewrite of content. Again, you could have done it where I say go to our about page and do the same thing, but I did the kind of free version way. So we have, let's create some blog topics, right? So do you have actually a blog? Let's see. You don't now. Do you write any blogs, Nana, at all? I don't see any on the site, but it might be something that you should consider, right? Because it's building content and based on those content pillars, right? So educational, you want to pull people in, like talking about, how to combat dry winter skin, or what, you are what you eat, and your skin will reflect that. Here are some tips on what to eat and drink for the best skincare. Perfect. Okay, so let's give you some ideas. She said she's working on the website blog. So let's go here. Okay, let's create some blog ideas. Please give me as many topics as you can based on your suggested content pillars. Okay, so we're just going to start basic. Just give me some blog ideas. Let's see, I met with a skincare company who does blog entirely on ChatGPT. Every blog posting is generated. Yeah, so you can definitely do that. I'm going to show you that in a second. You definitely, well, I use it. When I started using Jasper, I was using it to create blogs for a client. But we used it as a starting point. We came up with the topics together. Sometimes I would generate some topics on Jasper as well. And then we would build the blogs, but then we always had to enhance them, change some things around, add some personal, business stuff. Maybe I'd have her put a quote in there that she, from her perspective, some samples. So also too, if you're putting in any stats, and I'll kind of show you that as well. Statistics or quotes, you want to make sure that it's up-to-date statistics. Yes, it should be used for ideas and not copied word for word. Definitely. I mean, yeah, it's unless you're finding when you read it and you go, okay, yeah, this totally makes sense. And I'll show you a tool. You can see if it's a plagiarism tool. I haven't encountered, I've been using the plagiarism tool to see. So far, at least I haven't. The only time it found something totally plagiarized was one quote I had in the blog. And it was, of course, it's going to call it, quote, plagiarize. It was like, George Washington said, blah, blah, blah. Word for word, I'm using a quote and I cited the person who said it. Of course, it's going to say it's plagiarized, but I'm not saying it's my words and then it's really from George Washington. But that's the only thing it detected. Yeah. But people are using it for 100%. Yeah, it's true. I mean, yes, it's potentially it's okay. I'm not going to say, don't use it 100% or you have to rewrite it. But there might be some tweaks. You might want to personalize it a little bit. So it's really going to depend. I'm going to say it depends. If it's basic content out there, it's not anything that's like, okay, that's fake. That's not true. You're going to know your own subjects, right? So anyways, okay, let's go back to this. So so we have a lot of content ideas for you here. Natural beauty and power of natural ingredients in skincare, holistic beauty, more than skin deep, simplicity, the benefits of people love lists, 5 simple steps to glowing skin. Declutter your skincare. Why less is more? And you have a very simple 3-step process here, a regimen, especially for men. Do you ever notice they don't make these type of products for women? Here's a 5-in-1 wash. Use it for your hair, your beard, your body, your right? Everything all in one. Women don't do that. We have to have a separate body gel, a face gel, a hair gel, right? Something different for our nails. But men like here, this is and also that 5-in-1 product. You can change your oil in your car with it, right? Got to make it multitasking for men, right? For the most part. Not that all men don't use individual products, but I see those guys I've known who have to get the 5-in-1 product used, right? 1 bottle in the shower is all you need. So we have sustainability. If you want to do anything on sustainable beauty and products, diversity, right? Skincare for all, catering to different ethnicities, beauty education tips behind the brand, right? So those would be ones. Now, those might be a little harder to write, like meet the team. I don't know if Nana has anybody but herself working there, but what's the story? It might not be able to pull it up because the story's not out there. So those would be kind of your personal ones, right? Let's see. So I'll talk about the text writer one. I think it's this one that I'm using. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm talking. There's also copy leaks, which I did have it pulled up. Here we go. This one pulls up, I think this is the plagiarism detector. Yeah. Let me just log in. There we go. So you can do a scan and have it check for a plagiarism check as well. So copy leaks is one to use. And then the other one I use is Word AI. You can have it rewrite articles. You can have it look for AI if it's detecting AI, like teachers, I think, use that one, you know, and then do the plagiarism checks as well. So there's a bunch of tools out there to do plagiarism checks. There were some before even AI that did it for content. So Nana, we have a ton of blog ideas for you. So you could have it. Let's just go to, I'm going to pick one. Let's see, top natural remedies for common skincare concerns. I like the food one, or the education expert to, where was that one? The 5, where did it go? How to choose the right products, the do's and don'ts, behind the brand. I know it was up there. Product spotlights, community engagement, right? I think it's up here. There we go. How to build a sustainable skincare routine. Oh, five simple steps to glowing skin. Okay. So I'm like, please write this blog. Okay. Do this. Write at least 500 words or more. Okay. Include any statistics or and put and I want to do one or the other, and quotes with citations. Okay. And if you want anything more specific on there, you can. So let me just clean this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. And you can have it start writing the blog article for you. Again, see what it says. It might not make sense because it might pull in things that contradict what you do in your business and what you recommend. So, you know, cleansing, and you can, so now here it says a 2017 study on the importance of cleansing, noting that proper skincare, blah, 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 right? So when you see dates on here, now it's pulling from the web, so it should pull beyond 2021, but you want to make sure, in this case, there probably isn't an updated site, statistic on that. Like if it says in 2017 there was a study saying how important it is to clean your skin, I don't think that has changed in 2023. Right? It's probably still important to clean your skin and use a skincare. But in the case, for example, I have my sustainable zero waste store client. We're creating blog articles about the use of plastics and how much garbage we produce as humans and all that's really eye-opening information. But there was one quote on it pulled in, or a statistic it pulled in about how, I forget what it was, how many tons of plastic are being created every year by Americans. And the statistic I pulled in was like 100 million pounds. And she's like, oh no, currently that was like 2017. Currently it's 150 million pounds. So you really want to look. I always did additional research and going 2023 results. How many, I had to look last night, how many pounds of garbage each person generates. I think it was in a day. It was like 5 pounds of garbage. I'm like, is that still the current statistic? Has that changed at all? Is it 4.3 or 4.9? So you do want to kind of check, do some Google research as well. Are there any statistics on garbage used by Americans in 2023 compared to the result? And it actually did give me the most up-to-date result. So here again, it created an article, hydration, the key to dewy skin, guarding against skin aging. So, you might want to take it and tweak it, add your own flavor to it. You can insert your products like, hey, it recommends dewy skin. My serum is perfect for that. And again, it pulled in like hyaluronic acid. I don't know if your product includes that. So if it contradicts your own products, you might want to update it to what you have in there. And then you can just have it keep creating the blogs. So if whatever topics you like, or if you say, hey, I want a topic on, I don't think it gave you this. Sorry, I'm keep scrolling back and forth. Let's see what, like the one, you are what you eat, so I don't think see that one there. can you write a blog on skincare and how what you eat and drink affects your skin. Please cite specific examples and recommended food and drink regimens for the best skin. Okay, however you want to write it. And again, put 500 words or more. Okay, there, let's do that. Okay, so let's try that. So you can have it create something based on your own, didn't give you that topic, but you want to have it pull in that information. So again, you know, you might know this information, be able to start it from scratch, or at least have it started for you, and then you add that flavor. Like I said, it's totally up to you once you read it. But you can take it and if you, this was an interesting one. I don't know if I still have, I think I still have that prompt. So I was working with one of my coaching clients, her business nonprofit, and they work in Hollywood. They have free seminars for industry people on different topics, like how to produce a movie, how to write content for a movie, kind of more of the technical stuff about it. And they have studio execs come speak about this, and you know, they're all free. And so we're working on, she needs a fundraise, and so we're working on a pitch deck, and we're like, you know, okay, we need to include a letter with the pitch deck, you know, and it can go to all types of sponsors who she's asking for money. And as we were doing, I'll see if I can find it. You can have it rewrite it. So the original letter, like sometimes say, please write a letter about this. And we'll kind of do it in a format like you're writing your best friend a letter, like in 1920, you know, like, dear so-and-so, I hope you're doing well. I hope this letter finds you well. And I'm like, okay, no, we don't want that. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I have it here. But as we're rewriting it, you know, it's here somewhere. I just have to find the title. Oh, here, I think this is it here. Up here, let's see if I can find it. This is the pitch. Yeah. Okay, yes, this is it. Okay, let me see if this is the first one. Okay, that was the pitch deck. Okay, this is the letter. So we had it write it, you know, twice, and it was kind of fun having it do this. Let me see, that was the pitch deck. So here it is. So it started off in an industry where the landscape is constantly evolving. Business of creating stands, that's a business name, stands as a beacon of knowledge and empowerment for entertainment professionals. Our mission is to not just navigate these changes, but lead the change in education, educating and equipping creatives with the tools they need to succeed. Today, we reach out to you for financial assistance, not just as a contribution, but as an investment in shaping the future of the entertainment industry. Okay, interesting, better than I hope you're doing well. So we just said, and I said, can you write it, rewrite it, put even more compelling language, it's right here, around the impact of the entertainment industry and how these businesses could benefit, even if they're not entertainment related, right? And especially we're talking about now after the writer strike and the actor strike, which is finished, you know, perfect timing. And I said, we can see from, you know, especially here in Los Angeles, maybe more so than other places, other than, you know, you didn't see your favorite talk show host for months on end because they weren't producing any new shows. All of the ancillary businesses that were affected, the restaurants, the dry cleaners, all the different businesses that were affected because people weren't spending any money. They were on strike, right? So it's a good time. So I said, write it more compelling, right? So it did. And I thought it was more, it says, imagine a world where every story told, every scene crafted, every character brought to life, not only entertains, but inspires and educates. This is what World Business of Creating is committed to shaping. Our mission transcends the boundaries of entertainment, impacting culture, society, and individuals' lives on a global scale. We are reaching out to seek your financial support, inviting to be part of this transformative journey that extends to beyond the silver screen. When I was reading, I'm like, you know, imagine a world. It's like the Twilight Zone, you know, imagine space, time. And, you know, I'm like, and I go, that's what you need, right? This is the entertainment industry. The first one was like, okay. It was, it was good, just seemed a little more dry, right? Industry where the landscape is evolving, or the other one, I really feel I'm a director, I'm setting a scene, right? So you can kind of have it recraft, again, if we feed it enough information, say, make it more compelling, maybe make it less hyperbolic, if it makes it too hyperbolic, sometimes it is hyperbolic. So you can really change that around. So I thought, and she's going to use this word for word. But we also wanted it, why their support matters, and beyond the entertainment industry, and how important it is for the world globally, our news and everything that we do around the television and Hollywood industry, how important it is. So anyways, I just wanted to show that because I thought it really, without us having to sit there and think of this, like in a world, imagine, set the scene, probably could have found one of our industry copywriters to help with that, but I like that it, kind of gave us a little bit more flair on that. So anyways, okay, back to skincare. Let's go. I think this one here. Okay. Yeah, so that was, it did give an article on the diet, how skin, and all that stuff. So it gave you some examples. Again, you might want to look at these and see if there's anything that you can add. Let's see, if you create blog content the next 12 months, will the content be different every month from the current content? I'm not sure of the question. So if you write currently a year's worth of content, will the content be, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not answering the question or not. So you could create content ahead. And you can say, write a year's worth of content, and it should give you different content, but I'm not sure if I'm answering that right. So you might want Dennis to elaborate. Yes, I will post my phone number and my email address so you have that. And again, you can do the, I'm going to put that callwithpatty.com so you can schedule your strategy session with me. I just put it in the chat. So there's blogs. Okay, so I want to start, let's look at some pictures. Where are we in time here? Got about a half hour. I'm going to show you some things on we'll kind of do both here at the same time. So we want to do some bulk social media, right? We already did some social media posts, but let's just say a popular inspirational bucket content is inspirational quotes. Okay, so we're going to create, let's see, create 20, and you can do any number. I'm just going to keep it small. 20 inspirational quotes. I don't know if you'll find them about skincare, inspirational quotes. I'll just say about health and wellness. Let's see, health, wellness, and beauty. And you might, have to rewrite this to get the exact that you want. Health, wellness, and beauty. I could do it like as we age if you want to do that, but I'll say on health, wellness, and beauty, and the importance of self-care, so see what the spin is. Include who said it or wrote it. So you want the citation. I do it this way instead of saying include citation, because I found once when I asked for these inspirational quotes on some subject, little Miss or Mr. Robot GPT-4 decided to write its own quotes, and it gave me the sources ChatGPT, and I'm like, did you make these up? I'm like, I want real ones. So I put who said it or wrote it, not write it. Also, please include the citation on the same line as the quote, and I'll show you why that is. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. Yes, exactly. And some people are answering these questions already. Thank you, Jennifer. It says nothing created on A can be copy protected. Correct, because yeah, even the pictures you generate, and somebody, like I'll say women wearing red riding a bicycle, and you generate a picture of a woman wearing red. It's like somebody else could put that same prompt in and come up with the same picture, and there's no way to copyright it on there. So unless it's your original content, but I would definitely work with a copyright or trademark attorney on stuff like that, because it is a little slippery slope nowadays with content out there. Can you write source, not anonymous? Keeps tracking both versions. Someone's asking a lot of questions and answers are coming in. I'll let you guys finish those conversations. Okay, so here we have an extra, they're all coming up as anonymous. So interesting. Let me just wait. Do you have any quotes from actual people with names? Let me see. What's one more to go? That's it. I've never seen that happen before. From real people with names and not. I'm going to ask it. So, did you write these? Let's see. Like thinking, okay, she wanted some real ones here. There we go. Thinkers. There we go. Okay, the greatest wealth is health. Virgil, Buddha. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, it's if that happens, I would say double check. Make sure that it could be a real quote. Somebody said, some anonymous person said without naming, but we don't know. I mean, they could be useful to use, and still sometimes I'll post. There's one that says post. You can't enjoy wealth if you're not in good health. Let's see, beauty is not in the face, beauty is a light in the heart. So really whatever inspirational quotes you want, but I'm just, kind of based on skincare or health and wellness. Okay, so we're going to use these. Well, they all look good. We're just going to say, let's use them. So we're going to go. I don't know if I forgot to open. Okay, so there we go. I'm opening up Excel. You can do this in Google Docs as well. I'm just going to put this in Excel. So we have to create a CSV file because this is going to go to Canva. There we go. I'm just going to copy. I'm going to go to Excel and I'm going to paste them in. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. You guys see the Excel file? Somebody say yes or no. Are you seeing this? Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you can see, this is why I asked for the quotes or the citation to be in the same line as a quote. This is for Canva. If you didn't ask for it on the same line, it might drop the citation to a second line on GPT. So, which isn't good because then it will have 2 rows for each quote, and you don't want that for Canva. So we want to save this as a CSV. So I'm just going to save, excuse me, it's CSV somewhere here. There it is. And we're just going to call it, I'm just going to call it health, just so I can find it on my desktop. Okay, so CSV, call it health. Now we're going to go to Canva. Has anybody here in the room never touched Canva? Put never or in the chat. Raise your hand. Not familiar with it. No nevers? Oh, no. Okay, we got one. Couple. Okay, only the free version. Okay, so just a quick little tutorial on Canva. So Canva, if you've heard of it before, canva.com is a graphic design tool that can create everything you need for your marketing and for your business, online and offline, or digital or print, whatever. So all of your social media post sizes are here: letters, resumes, flyers, brochure, business cards. You can create for banners, if you want to do banner quality, you can do that. You can blow up PDF files. So good quality and totally worth the money. There is a free version. Definitely you're missing out on a ton of tools and content here if you're on the free version. Highly recommend you splurge on that whopping $10 a month if you pay annually, or $15 if you pay monthly. Joking about this splurge. Total, I would pay 5 times as much, but don't tell Canva that. I don't own any stock, so I'll pay the $10 a month. I paid more for Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator, and this can do so much more. So yes, I can't imagine growing a business without Canva. There's a ton of AI tools in here now as well, as their design tools. So you don't, and I teach a class, I think I just taught it yesterday, how to create marketing graphics like a rock star with Canva. And I spend 2 hours just on Canva. A little bit of AI in that as well, a little bit of ChatGPT, but it can do everything. There are templates in there to use to help you out, so you're not starting from scratch. You don't have to, sorry, any graphic designers if you're in the room, but it really has opened up so that anybody in the world can create marketing. I'll include the link to the recording and the slides on that one. If hopefully that's okay with SCORE here, Monmouth, on that, but I'll include it so you guys have it. I don't think I have it coming up on the schedule anytime soon, probably next year. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you the overall basics. Easy to create a design. I'll just do a quickie before we do this quote thing here. So we create, I don't want that size. I want to do something a bit more basic. And on the paid version, you can have your brand kit in here. So to make it easy to show you real quick, this is a client, and they have certain shades of their colors here. So if you know the hex code for your color, you can create a color palette and easily pull up your own colors, exact colors when you're designing. You can upload your own fonts. So there's tons of fonts included, but if you have a special one that's not included, you can upload those, upload your own logos, etc. Just kind of go over that real quick. There's tons of apps, excuse me, that are integrated in here as well. There's so many of them. I'm still going through them. But you can upload to your social media directly from here as well. You can bring in YouTube videos here. So a ton of things. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. There's a content planner if you want to use this. I also have one that I share in my classes, usually on Google Sheets document. So there are some tips, and just kind of going back to creating a design. So I'm going to pull Instagram post. I'll just kind of show real quick. Tons of templates, or they call them designs. So let's just say we're going to do one on skincare. So I'll just put that in. So for Nana, if she wanted, I see she's creating beautiful graphics, but let's just say she's starting from scratch and, doesn't know where to start here. So I'm just going to pull one in. That's not really her color theme, right? It's kind of black. Well, I don't know if red is just for the holidays, but probably looks like a lot of black and white. I don't know if let's go back to your Instagram. We'll just pretend. So beautiful pictures, right? So, keep it pretty basic on color. We're not doing too much on color. So let's go back to Canva. And, maybe this changes to something, I think she was using kind of, beige or like brown. She can add in her logo here. Maybe you can change out this color. I think on here, if you click on it, let me see where I'm clicking. Let's see if that'll change. Oh, that's it. I didn't want that. Let's go backwards. Trying to change that green color. You can, oh, there we go. It's just a different circle. So I want to change it. Probably totally not your palette there, Nana, but just to kind of give the newbies an idea that you can change these fonts or change the features in the design if you don't like the colors or the font you don't like. So again, she's holding a product that's not yours. So that might be not something you want to use on there. Maybe you have a picture of somebody using your product. You can upload it and change that out. So again, you're not starting from scratch on there at all. And, a lot of different options, or you can start from scratch on here. So that's kind of the basics. Tons of great photos in here. So I'm going to show you this. Well, we're going to do the quotes. Okay, so I'm going to clear the decks here and finish that process. So we're going to create it as an Instagram post, these quotes that we created in GPT. And I'll just do the square. Excuse me. I had a cold a couple weeks ago, came back from a conference, and somebody was sick on the airplane right next to me. Thank you very much. And I still have a tiny little bit of cough. So that's why you're hearing that. I apologize for that. So we want to find a quotes template, or design as they call it. So I'm just going to put quote, and you'll see there's some styles and designs here. And you can, pick one. I'm going to pick this one here. It's pretty basic. So before you bring in the quotes, you want to make any changes that you want on it, because you want to make sure everything comes in changed. We can change out the picture. Let's just do this. I'm going to go to the elements, which are photos. I'm going to put woman. Let's see, women. I'm trying to think. What do I want to do? Woman in bathrobe. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I can find something wellness, health and wellness. Trying to think of what I want. I mean, the flower could work too. Let's see if I find something might be a little bit more kind of zen and skincare. So easy. That one. I like. Yeah, this might not be it, but let's just say it's better than the flower. Let's just say some zen sand. Okay. Might be one that comes out better than that, but we'll stick with that one. So again, in this case, now it doesn't really show. I might want to change the quote. I like it left justified. Let's see. I want to do a different font. Let's see. Okay, let's do that. Again, you can play around with it. And I'll just leave that daily motivation. And maybe I want to type in here. Oops, that's not in the right place. I want to bring in my, let's just say I'm bringing your logo. I'm just going to pretend. Okay, or use your logo. You can upload your logos. Let's find one. I'm going to put this one in here. That's the Venice Chamber of Commerce. I can remove that background. So if I want it, you can have a background remover on the paid version. So just pretend this is your logo. Okay, so you want to set everything up. Maybe I don't like that colored font. Might be a little too light. I'll make it a little bit darker. So you can go up here and you can play with the colors. Okay, so we'll just do that. Whatever you want to change. So now you need to bring, and also you can change the line spacing or even the letter spacing. So I like a little bit closer together. There we go. We'll tighten it up a little bit. Okay, you're going to have to do, like that's not, we'll just do a different color there. No, that doesn't come out. Make it bold. Okay, let's do that. So we have it, our template set up, ready to go. So now what you want to do, we want to bring in those quotes. So we want to click on the quote box here, right click, and you should see, and I'm not seeing it, so this is a good thing. If you don't see what I'm trying to find, where are you? Uh-oh. Don't tell me you moved it around. Okay, why is it not showing up? Just clicking in here. Oops, hold on. Should see connect data, and I'm not seeing it. So what is going on? Very interesting. Well, let's do, I'm just going to go find the app. Where are you? Okay, so you're looking for bulk create. Okay. And it should, I'll maybe have to do this. Let me see. I've uploaded the CSV and let me go to my desktop. What did I call it? Health, wellness. I forgot what I called it. Well, health. No. Was it wellness? I'm trying to remember what I called it. Oh, health. It was health. There it is. Okay. Oops. I already lost it. Okay. There it is. Okay. So it's bringing in the first one. There it is. Okay. I kind of forgot and did it backwards. So what you're looking for when you click in the box is connect data. So you got to bring the data in first. Okay. So hit connect data. You'll see it brought in the first one with Virgil. Okay. Then you want to continue. And you hit generate 19 designs, or select them all. And it's going to go ahead and generate all of them. Now you're going to, because some are longer than others, you're still gonna have to do some cleanup, stretch this out, make it smaller, make it work, because all of them are different sizes. So a little bit of work to clean it. Now, if you wanted to, the only thing, it all has to be one background when it's creating it. But I've done this before where it's like, I did it for a winery client, for example, and I wanted to have different backgrounds, so let's just go back to wellness. So you kind of have to do that manually. So let me just find photos here. So you could take this one, like, okay, some of them I want this background. You can even have it, make it a little bit more transparent so it doesn't show. Actually, remove the other picture back there. So one by one, you could go back and change the background on there. But now you have 20 pieces of content. So let's go back to ChatGPT and finish this. Okay, so now I need social media posts for each of these quotes. Okay, because you got to post some content with the quotes. Do not include the quote in the caption, and that's totally up to you. I don't want it to repeat it. They can read it on the image, but it'll give you the essence of the quote. And then you'll put, if you want, include emojis and hashtags. You don't need an image suggestion because obviously you already have the image. Okay, so we're going to have it just create the social media captions to use with all these quotes. And then somebody did ask me about, social media scheduling tools, right? I think someone said, let's see. So it says Patty, I got the paid, but mine does not show up like yours. The options I get on the top are 3, 5, or all tools 4. And the one I got is really slow. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any different paid version. You might want to log out, log back in and see if that changes, because that literally just changed overnight with this classic thing. So you might, if you're always staying logged into it, I would just go down to your settings down here and log out and then come back in again. So Oh, interesting. It's doing something inspired by Virgil. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's giving you that extra little line, inspired by inspired. I've never seen that before, but it's giving you, kind of the essence. True wealth is found in moments of vibrant health and vitality. Cherish and nurture it in every day. So basically took the greatest wealth is health and kind of distilled it for you. So you can play with those if you don't like the exact wording on them, for the quotes. But now you've just created that content there. So hopefully that helps, makes sense. Where are we here? I just wanted to show. Oh, let's do some more images on Canva. So they have quite a bit of tools here in their Magic Studio, but what I wanted to show you with images. So let's just go up here. I'm going to go to a brand new file. Let's just use the Instagram post size again. It's an easy one to do. Okay, so images. Now, Canva, if you decide to use it, they have a ton of free, I would say free, paid images. There's free ones there, but you get like 100 million with the paid and like 1 million with the free version. So you can type in anything you want for pictures, and they have a ton of their own photographs. Okay, so I'm just going to use some examples here. Women on beach, or women on beach doing yoga. Okay. And you can go to photos, and it's going to give you a bunch of options of a woman on the beach doing yoga. Okay, like that one. And so we have some other options. Say, okay, I'm looking at all these. I mean, obviously it gave me a lot of great examples, but let's see what else is out there. So you can also go, because on the paid version, there's tons of apps integrated. They have Pexels and Pixabay. These are separate sites with royalty-free photography for you to use, and they're integrated. So you can go here, and let me go back here real quick. I just want to grab this prompt here, so I have to keep retyping it. Okay, so we're going to go back to, let's do Pexels. I think was first. Okay, type in the same exact prompt, and we get another set of women on the beach doing yoga. Okay, so there's tons of royalty-free photography. I don't have to reinvent the wheel unless I want to. So let's go to Pixabay. Here we go. And I'm going to do the same prompt. And they're going to come up with a bunch of other women on the beach. Sometimes you get them the same ones on here, but plenty of good options to use on here. Okay. Now it's like, none of these work. All these 100 million photographs, there's not a good one of a woman sitting on the beach doing yoga. So let's go create some. So let's go to their tool called Magic Media. They changed the name of it. And we're going to type in women on beach doing yoga. Okay. And you could say wearing purple top. I want to be more specific. Okay. I want square. I wanted a photo, but you can do watercolor, anime. There's a couple of different options on styles. I want a photo. And I asked specifically for purple top. So we're going to generate the image. Let me just do another page here. And it's going to generate 4 images. Now, the stock photography looks good because it's real people, right? Nothing weird about them unless they are weird themselves. But one thing you have to be careful with humans generated by AI is sometimes they come out a little wonky. Okay, so you have to really look. So here, everything's purple, which is okay with me since my favorite color. I did say purple top, not everything purple, but whatever. So you have to look carefully because sometimes looking here, I think she has an extra finger on her foot or a finger on her foot. So I expand it out. So you can see the feet. She has some issues with her feet. I think there's an extra thumb on her foot or a thumb. Sometimes if their eyes are open, their eyes are weird. So you're really going to have to look if you are going to use an AI. It looks like she has an extra hand up here going on. And I think she has 3 heels and hands for toes. So you got to be careful about the generation. Now also, this will be, okay, that's 4 options so far, right? So number 5 option is you also now have Dolly, which is ChatGPT's tool in here. So I'm just going to use the same prompt. Go here. It doesn't ask you anything more specific. If we go to Dolly directly, oops, I didn't want to do that. I'm already in that. I want to try Dolly. Where did you go? Let me log in. Might not be taking me to the right place here. Where are we? Open AI. Okay, let me go back to Dolly again. I did something wrong. I don't want to try. Oh, okay. It used to have you go to Dolly directly. I just did this. Okay, so it looks like it's now fully integrated. So it's going to take me back to ChatGPT. So either way, but it only gives me, let me see if we do it here, let's see, a realistic photo of, there we go, woman on beach doing yoga, wearing purple top. Top only, please. But okay, we'll see what happens there. Let me go back to Canva and see what it's generating. There we go. I think, oh, sometimes it says something you typed may result in content that doesn't meet our policies. I don't know what that means. I don't know why it couldn't generate that. So let's see, I'll just say woman on beach doing yoga without the purple. Let's see, generate again. Please enter. It doesn't like that prompt for some reason with Dolly. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We can also have it, let me go back to its magic media. You can actually have it create video. So let's just do the same thing. Woman on beach doing yoga, yoga poses, and make it, I think you can do it 30 seconds. Let's just do that. Generate. It takes a little bit longer to generate those, so I'll just leave that there. So yeah, so you have some different options. Again, you do have to be a little careful with how or what it generates. Let's go to ChatGPT. I think this is when I put in the picture. Okay, so not as realistic. I mean, it's beautiful and I don't see any weirdness, no weird legs or ankles or anything going on. They always make the women really super muscular. I did one woman in red riding a bicycle, and it kind of very stylistic. So it might work in some cases if you say have a yoga studio and you want to show yoga poses or something, but not necessarily realistic, of course. So you have to be careful. Even I say realistic photo. So I'd rather have it really, kind of look what Canva did and generate some actual pictures, even though they were a little alien in nature. So not exact. Let me see if I'm trying to look for that video. Still creating the video content there. I'm just going to answer a few questions if there's any on here. You guys are working hard in the chat here. Yeah, who has a waist like that? Yeah. Definitely fake. Let's see. This class is making me laugh so hard. Only a purple top implies she's not wearing bottoms. Okay, maybe that's true. So you can go and obviously reprompt it and play with it. There's some other features here. Let me go back to Canva while we're generating that on ChatGPT. Some of the other things that you can do if you want to create a presentation, PowerPoint, right? You can go and have it create a PowerPoint. So let me show you that. Magic design here for presentations. You have to describe it in a few words. Presentation on the power of networking. Okay, I just did this. And it'll give some templates that already exist, based on the keywords you put in, so you can choose. But right now it's generating some ideas. Here we go, magic design. So you can take these, and it gives you 7 pages, and you can apply all, and then you can customize them from there. There's a couple other, designs. I think it gives you like four or five designs. Yeah, 4 designs. So it gives you some options, to start you off on your presentation journey, so to speak. And then you can go and save it as a PowerPoint once you've created it and customized it. So that's some of the additional functions. You can edit photos here. There's also magic edit. So let me see if I can find magic animate. You can animate pictures. Let me see if I can find this one file. That was kind of cool. Let's see. Let me go back to, let's see, I'm going to go in here. See if I can find that saved somewhere. Let me go to projects. And let me see. Oh, here. Oh, that's not it. Oh, I did that. I should show you. It's kind of weird to show. It did this. There's this feature there called Reimagine. You can put in your photo, upload your photo, and you can reimagine you as a cartoon, or, you know, and I did it yesterday with one of my photos. I'm like, really? I should show you this. It's kind of funny. Not exactly what I was hoping. You could even actually do what's called magic sketch. You could take a photo. Let me see if I can pull this up. There it is. So I uploaded a photo, my headshot, and it can take it, make it as a sketch. So it's creating an actual sketch. You can have it do it without the pencil and the person drawing it, but I saw that feature. So it took a real photo and made it into a sketch. I was looking for a project where it could take a photo and actually turn you into a talking person. So if you wanted to have like an AI presenter and it be yourself, it's a paid tool in here. I think it's called DID. I created a couple of them. Let's just kind of look to see if I can find it. Images, video. Oh, this is it right here. Let me get rid of this. So this is the headshot that I took and used for that. Oh, here it is. Let me see if you guys can hear.
Social media marketing essentials webinar. Sit back and relax and enjoy the course. You will learn a lot about social media today.
So this is actually a headshot of me. It's never been animated before. The sketch that it just did that used this one, but it actually took it and made me talk.
Marketing graphics like a rock star.
So here.
You will learn some great.
It's kind of freaky. It's like I'm blinking, I'm talking. It's, you know, so yeah, you can, and you can upload this. Was, of course, these were not my voices. You can upload a snippet of your voice and have it actually in your voice. So if you, I mean, I wouldn't have a whole webinar of me talking head. But if you wanted to use it and create, you know, you would do an introduction or something and you know, see how realistic that comes out. So there are some interesting AI tools that you can use here. You know, so yeah, it's kind of fun stuff. But yeah, you can edit pictures now. So there's a ton of things. I don't go too deep into the Canva. You guys definitely have to play with it. A lot of new features on there. Let me see. I think we're still, did we finish? Yeah, we finished generating. Oh, the only thing we didn't get yet was that video of the yoga, right? I don't think I got the video. Where is she? There. Okay, there we go. So it did generate the video. Let me just get rid of these so you can look at it. And here's the woman on the beach doing yoga poses in the video. So there we go. So that one, actually the video comes out better than the pictures. I don't see that she looks, no, let me see her, maybe she has an extra ankle or something back there. Actually her foot looks a little weird. So maybe video content, unless that's just her pose or the way but it looks like she has like a nodule on her back leg or something. So you do got to be careful with AI generated content here, you know, especially. And I did one for a client, for an example, the transportation logistics, and we created a graphic that was a guy in their uniform is a black polo with their white embroidered logo on it. And all of their truck fleet is all white trucks. And so we found a picture of a guy standing in front of a fleet of trucks, but they're all different colors. And we're like, okay, how are we going to find a stock? She can't take a picture, which would have been, you know, well, not so easier necessarily to set up a photographer to come out and line up the trucks and all that. So we're like, well, how do we find this? So I went to Dolly. I think it was original Dolly, not in Canva. And I said, create a guy wearing a black polo, standing in front of a fleet of white trucks. And it did. It gave me a fleet of white trucks and the guy standing in front, but his hands were weird. His eyes were wonky. It wasn't usable. All right. So I said, okay, let's reimagine this. Let's do this again. So fleet of white trucks, but this time have the guy standing there, said, guy in a black polo, wearing sunglasses, his arms folded in front of him, and wearing a hat. Okay, and it generated the picture because, right, what I did was avoid it. I had it wear sunglasses, so I couldn't see any wonky eyes. I had it, you know, hiding the potentially funky hands by folding the arms, you know, in front of him. And it came out and it's perfect. So with that, you know, we created this, and I was able to take the logo and put it on the shirt, you know, as it was embroidered there, and it looked realistic. so you can play with it, if it's giving you some wonkiness out there. But yeah, there's plenty of stock photography, or take your own shots as well. This is just kind of filler information. So as we wind down a few minutes, I'm just going to see if I can answer any particular questions. And hopefully, Nana, that was helpful. So you'll have a picture of a yoga gal in your file, but we created a lot of content for you. You can even, just one last thing I had in my list here, LinkedIn might be important for you guys. Now, before the Bing lockdown, and even on Web Pilot, you used to be able to go to your LinkedIn and say, go to my LinkedIn profile, here's my URL, based on, my ideal client, do you find I should make any changes, my about section or whatever. And now it won't do that at all. But what you can do is take your about, which is a very important section of LinkedIn, and say, here's my LinkedIn profile, based on, all of this information. Does this appeal to my ideal clients? And it can rewrite it for you. So you can, bring in that content. Look at all of your assets. Is there anything you need to change on your social media about? It's not going to go and look at your social media page and tell you what you should redo, but you might have to bring in that content as well. Website, like we already showed you, website content. It can help build web pages as well. You can even create code, an HTML page. Like, I need a web page on, skincare and eating well, and I want a whole page on that. You can have it, and it'll create the HTML code for you to upload. So a little bit more advanced stuff it does, but it's interesting. Let's see. Okay, so would you please put together a Canva class on creating carousels? So I could mention that the Canva, if you're talking like Instagram carousels, right? So I think that's what you're talking about, Kimberly. So you can create you create the carousel in Instagram. So it's just a matter of putting together the pictures. But yeah, I'll maybe put that on my list for my Canva class as well. Let's see, that'd be a portion. Let's see, go to wipe out what's in a cache. I'm not sure what that is, Mary Rose, or clear all cache, go to privacy and wipe out what's in cache. I don't know if that's a question or a comment. Yes, you're getting the recording. Okay, so I think I've answered some of these. Did you try rebooting the person who was having trouble seeing what I'm seeing? Did you reboot your ChatGPT to see if it's now, like mine up here? Is there a template we can follow for the content pillars? Not really, no. All you have to do is just because the content pillars are going to be unique to you. I mean, if you're doing it yourself, sitting there, I'm like, I need content pillars for my business, right? Based on those 4 content types, right? Inspirational, educational, engaging, and promotional. Can't forget that one. You can say, well, okay, on the educational one, let's just keep using Nana's business. Under the educational, I'm going to do a content pillar every week on skincare tips for dry skin, or skincare tips, not necessarily dry skin. Another one we're going to do on content pillar is going to be about our products, right? Promotional. Another content pillar is going to be inspirational. Remember, that's when we put our Wellness Wednesday quotes on there. And then engaging can be a Q&A about skincare regimens, right? So you can come up with your own, or use ChatGPT, say, create content pillars for my business. Here's my website, if you're on the paid version, or I need content pillars for my business. I do X, Y, and Z, and I serve X, Y, and Z. So, depending on how you're going to prompt it. So you don't not really a template for it, other than just keep those in mind, the content types, and then creating some pillars. And how many pillars you have is totally up to you, right? If you want 5 pillars, so you have a different pillar for each day, and it's like, Motivation Monday is your quote, and, Taco Tuesday is your next one. And, the Wednesday, you always do one on skincare tips, whatever it is, you can do whatever you can come up with content on a regular basis for, right? If you can't have a post every week about sustainability and eco-friendly products, don't use it as a content pillar. It might just be like a one-off, post or conversation. So hopefully those make sense. But play with that in ChatGPT, and you can do that in the free version if you can't get into the paid version. Again, just feed it that information about what you do. Yes, I do have a recording on the LinkedIn class, so definitely just hit me up, send an email to me. I can send that to you. Let's see what else. I'm just looking. I think I already answered these. I'm looking in here. Let's see, Mary is if you're in Golden State Marketing email, she sends out the classes. Yes, so if you go to goldenstatemarketing.net, you can see my class. I don't have as many coming up November, December. It kind of wind down, but I'll probably be adding a few more in December. We're just talking about that for here Score Mama. And then just email me, Patty@goldenstatemarketing.net if you're missed any of my recordings as well. Let's see, got the LinkedIn. Just looking for more questions. Anything coming up? Okay, it looks like I think I answered. Let's see, it's not my personal website, but I would love to have a review. Let's see, so you want a review of the site? Let's see. Technology. So what you could do, I'm going to do this real quick for you. Let's just try it. Let's just play with, I'm going to go into a new ChatGPT. And actually I want 4. Based on this kind of what we did earlier to start with nanosite. Who would you think is my ideal client? So you can kind of start from there. If it's if it does read your website, does it speak to your ideal client? Hi, Ina. How do I delete a background from an image in Canva? So if you're on the paid version, you can. On the free version, you can't. So I'll just go back while it's generating that. Let's just go to a picture. Let's see, I'm gonna go blank one here. Here we go. I'm just gonna pull in a picture. Let's see, yoga. Let's do a yoga thing since we're on that bend. Oops, I wanted to go into elements. Okay, so here we go. Let's just use this one. I like her. You have to be mindful of the contrast between the foreground and the background. So I want to keep her, but I don't want the background. So you have to make sure it's good contrast. We won't be able to really remove the background. So you go up to edit photo and you go to BG remover and we'll see what happened. There she is, pretty clean, right? And then you could, if you wanted to say you wanted to have a different background, you can go to backgrounds here and you can, let's just put her in the desert. Doing yoga right here. Let's shrink her down a little bit. That could look a little realistic. She's sitting here on the cliffside doing her yoga. Or if you want something a little bit more, surreal, ethereal, I don't know. So yeah, that's how you remove it. But yeah, she's pretty clean against the background. If she was, say something that wasn't contrasted, it might not come out as clean, or in between the arms, you might not get it clear the background. So you have to, it's getting better with that. Clearing up. There's a lot of additional edit tools. Say, for example, if we wanted to magic erase anything, let's just say, let's just, I don't do that. Let's do this. I'll just pretend we don't want to eliminate her arm. But let's just say we don't want her arm. We're going to make her one armed. So you can take it. Obviously, wouldn't do that, but just to show you. So if there's any element in a picture you don't like, you want to clean up a little bit, you can do an edit so it removes her arm. Of course, we don't want to do that, but you have that option to do that. So let's go back. Anyways, I left her armless. So yeah, that's how you do the background remover. And where were we? Okay, so it's still working on this. So here we go. But so based on the information it found at GWU's technology site, innovators and researchers, entrepreneurs and companies. So I don't know, if that's your audience, Mary Rose. So that would be how you would, see if does it really, speak to it, to your audience. Is it resonating with what you're trying to accomplish with it, right? Sometimes we build websites and we think we're talking to our customers, or you go to, like, even if you're doing networking and you talk about what you do, and you're like, I really don't understand what you do. And if I go to a website and people are confused, right? Confused buyers don't buy, right? So anyway, so we're a few minutes over. I'll pass it back to my residency manager, Bill. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully this was helpful. You'll get these GPT files and the recording and slides as we get it all together, and have fun. Go play with ChatGPT. So Thank
Well,
you.
once again, thank you, Patty, for another great webinar. You keep it out doing yourself. Last webinar was the greatest, and this one have done it again. And I'd encourage anybody, you're going to get an email follow-up, and it's going to give you all Patty's slides. It's going to give you the presentation. Rewatch it again when you have some time, because in 2 hours, there's a lot of information here that you may just have glossed over, and you might want to find that particular. So when you get your email in, look at the video again. You can watch them in segments if that works, but there's so much information in here. And I'd actually also encourage you, if you have any ideas of what Patty, you'd like to see Patty present, when you get that email, respond back to it, and we'll certainly let Patty know what the audience wants to hear, because Patty has so many different topics, and it's always great to have a presenter presenting what the audience wants, which is what Patty does. But tell us what you'd like to see. Again, SCORE presents the largest all-volunteer organization in the country, always providing free mentoring to you at whatever stage your business is. Even if you get stuck a little bit, if we have one mentor that has a skill set that has to be brought another one, we bring in co-mentors from throughout the country. We've had a lot of success stories along the way of being able to help people like yourself. So with that, go to score.org/Monmouth. And when you see Patty's next webinar coming in, register right away so you don't forget, because you'll get reminders as that we all get busy, but you don't want to miss Patty's webinars. So when you get that next message about Patty's upcoming webinar, register right away, because we'd hate for you to miss that information. So again, thank you, Patty, for once again a wonderful webinar. We're all fortunate. This is Patty's biggest amount of attendees that we've had in any of our webinars, and each month it keeps getting busier. I guess that residency is catching on to people. So although Billy Joel might be retiring, for now, Patty's still doing her residency. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. We look forward to the next time that we'll see you. Once again, thank you, Patty. Great information. Thank you all.
Welcome. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.